Good afternoon. Patricia Juba here, founder of the Life Worth Living Corp and this podcast. And I am super excited to welcome my special guest for this afternoon, Camielle Smalls. She is the owner of the Grand Chateau in Norton, Massachusetts, a beautiful venue. Welcome, Camille.
Hi. Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
Yes, super excited to hear your journey, your story. I like
Oh,
to dive right in
okay.
to hearing more about you.
Yes, I'm
Okay,
excited to share.
great, great. What first inspired you to start your wedding and event planning business? And how did you know this was the path you were meant to pursue?
Oh my gosh. I can go on all day. I don't know if we have a lot of time for that.
This is your time. Take it.
Oh my goodness. So I am known as the planner in my family and events or parties. I've always had that logistical mindset and wanting to bring everyone together and wanting everyone to enjoy themselves and create a space. So, I created C Inspired Events first as my luxury wedding planning coordinating company. And then the Grand
Nice.
Chateau Owl is a subcategory underneath that, which is for wedding and event venue. So I really wanted to become a one-stop shop for everything, planning, design, coordinating, all events. What inspired me to do this journey? One, it has to be there wasn't a lot of luxury wedding planners that look like myself. We are
Right.
probably in the event planning space, event production space,
Mm-hmm.
but we are not in the luxury wedding space. And what I was taught is if you don't see it, then you create it. You create it, then it'll come.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this has been a journey of 3 years for the wedding planning and about a year coming up on owning a wedding and event venue. So that's a little bit of my inspiration, behind that. And I'm hoping to inspire the next generation coming up that they can own, operate out of excellence in the spaces.
Amen. And this is the whole purpose for this podcast,
Mhm.
so others can see where people started, well, women,
Yes.
especially women of color, where they started and what they went through, but it's still doable,
Yes, exactly. You can
right?
do it. You can do it. It's
Yes,
hard
yes.
work.
Yes, it is. So be ready.
Yes, yes,
So
have to.
planning a wedding or a major event could be emotional and high for the person that it's for.
Hmm.
How do you help your clients feel calm and confident and cared for through the whole process?
Yes, well, once I get my nerves together, Um, because like you said, it is a high strenuous time, especially weddings, but any event that, the host client that I'm serving gets so
Hmm.
a lot of reinsurance from day one. Not even the day of, it's from day one into they are off to their honeymoon or off to celebrate another occasion. It's about reinsurance, checking in, letting them know that everything is in order, like there's no hiccups, or even if there was, it's like
Yes,
they don't have to know that.
that's right.
You have to put on your poker face. But I think a lot of my clients value that I'm genuine in my approach and I'm genuine with saying, hey, this is a hiccup, but I have already a plan B, plan C, all the way to D. So I'm like,
Yes,
let's get it, let's go. And then it's the little things that they look for a lot of times when I do events. I'm sitting there, I'm fanning the host. Like if you're on a dance floor and you're perspiring all over,
yes,
I am the one to like, hey, fan you, get you a glass of water, like the little bit of details. And I just make sure that their loved ones are taken care of throughout the event as well. Like that's my top priority is the well-being of the couple, the well-being of the client from beginning to end. So I just make sure that I'm, there side by side, their shadow throughout the whole
yes.
The whole process, because that's something when you're a planner or even you're coordinating, you want to be able to
Mhm.
check on your guests throughout the day because you can read it on their face. And then if it's a wedding,
Exactly.
yeah, and it's a wedding, it's like, okay, I've been dreaming about this since I was a little girl. The grooms are more
Yes,
like, listen, I just put on my tux, I show up.
that's right. Exactly. And Camille, I have seen that firsthand, your approach and how you do things by attending one of your events, and it was fabulous.
Thank you.
Fabulous. So exactly what you're saying, folks, is exactly what you will get. What you
Yes.
hear her saying, that personal approach, really taking point, nurturing throughout the whole process until the end of the event.
Hmm.
That's special.
Yeah, you don't see that. I think a lot of times
Correct.
hospitality is a lost art form, but then it also has to be within you, like within your heart.
That's right.
You have to love people. You have to
Hmm.
love what you do. Like this is
That's right.
this is my love. This is my passion. I'm not a hobbyist. Some people,
Right.
it's their hobby when they do what this is what I eat, sleep, and breathe and enjoy.
Hmm.
I got into this business to see people smile. I cry because the vowels always gets me, or
Yes.
or when they, are reaching great milestones. We hosted a birthday party, and her mother was just so elated because her daughter was born with MS.
Hmm.
And they didn't think she would live past, 13 years old back then. And she had a 50th. So her mother was just so overwhelmed with emotion and overwhelmed with joy in that, we were taking care of every bit and piece. And she's like, wow, this is amazing. And I kind of was like taken aback because I'm like, is no one hospitable anymore? Like what happened to that just loving on someone, So this is what they get with me. I'm gonna smother
Yes.
you.
Yes. 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 It's a beautiful thing. Okay,
Yeah.
my next question for you to bring out, what's one unforgettable event you've planned that truly stretched you or transformed you as a business owner? And
Hmm.
what did it teach you?
So, I gotta see which one. I feel
Yes.
like all of my events are different, and it's different clientele. You have ones who are super hands off, and they're like, "Okay, I trust you," and then you have ones that
Mhm.
said, "Okay, I trust you a little bit."
Yes. I don't know
And
every single detail.
right.
Yes.
My atypical clients, and a good thing about me is that I'm multidimensional, I'm multiverse, like I can maneuver with different type of personalities. So that was what
Hmm.
really, puts me like, hey, if you're atypical, that does not scare me away. You might try, but you're gonna be like, wow, okay, she's still here with a smile. So I guess that
Yes.
works out.
Yes.
Like I just in this business, you have to have I don't want to say like tough skin because you don't want to be hardened, but you just have to be able to adapt at a fly and be able to
And then
pivot.
shift, right?
Exactly. Shift. That's the word. You have to be able
Shift.
to
Yes.
shift at
I
any
use
given
that a
moment.
lot. Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of things happen, a lot of vendors or something, or the cake slate, a lot of fires
Hmm.
that go on behind the scenes in weddings and
That's
events
right.
that the guests and the host guests don't even know. And that's what I pride myself and my team on. It's like I told them like I don't want them to know nothing.
Right.
How's everything?
Don't make
Everything
it
is going great.
obvious.
Yes.
Right.
I always say just smile and nod. Everything is going good. And a good thing about like our venue is that we had instances where we ran out of a particular champagne. Now, being in other spaces, they'll just be like, "Hey, we're sold out." Like I can't do
Yes,
anything about it.
exactly.
But
Period.
the way that I proceed in excellence is going above and beyond. I say, okay, we
Hmm.
ran out, then we're gonna Instacart that in. If the Instacart can't pick it up, then we're gonna go drive and get it ourselves to make sure that we fully have that on stock. And that's something that's appreciative. Even simple as candles for a birthday cake. We had a birthday party and I forgot the candles. Oh, no problem. Left and went down the street and grabbed candles. Like it's about going the extra mile to make sure that
Yes.
the event is special throughout the whole entire day. So those things are,
Yeah.
like I said, it's a shifting, but I learned how to beave and weave like
Yes.
a little bit in the
No,
in the
and that's a
shifting.
wonderful. And like they said, and I could testify that everything Camille is saying, people, is the truth. I've witnessed it myself, and it's a beautiful thing, a beautiful venue.
Thank you.
Can I sneak a question in on your location?
Yes.
Because it's so beautiful. What was the building before and you transformed it
Yes.
so beautifully?
Thank you so much. Of course. So we're located on the South Shore in a town called Norton, Mass, which is right before Mansfield, Foxborough area. So just to give a couple of iconic staples so people know where we're at, we're right across from Wheaton College, which is on 120 and 143. And if you don't
Mhm.
know about Wheaton College, let's just say we are 10 minutes from the Xfinity Center, which is also 10 minutes from Gillette Stadium where our Pats play. Go Patriots! We will win it
Yes.
next year. I promise you, Jake May, we're bringing home the championship next year. So
Okay.
that's where we're located. The beautiful historic venue is a former library. It was built in 1887 for a library for the town of
Hmm.
Norton, and it sat vacant for about 30 years before myself and my team, acquired it, came about it, and did just amazing restoration to the building.
Hmm.
The integrity still
Yes.
there, the stainless
Yes.
glass, the archways from the
Yes.
1800s is still there. The flooring is still there. So
Hmm.
I like to joke and say kudos that it was a library because you can't do any damage when you're in the library.
Right.
So you come, you study, you go. And I always like to tell the guests, like, hey, now in the library, you can be a little bit loud, you can even have a
Yes.
nice little drink if you want to. So it's just an amazing space. And there's actually owls that are in the brick, the exterior of the building. And that's
Yes.
where we got the name the Grand Chateau Owl. Wanted to pay homage to what was already there before. And
Hmm.
owls symbolize a lot of things among different cultures. It's transition, it means love, it means wisdom and knowledge. So
Yes.
for a wedding and event space, that just makes perfect sense. For perfect sense.
Yes.
And we have an outdoor patio and a nice lawn green area. Can't see it now because it's everywhere. But
I can't wait to see it.
oh yes, I can't wait for our summer events because we do host private and public events that we do there.
Hmm.
So brunches, Mother's Day, Father's Day, cocktail classes. We do a ton of fun stuff for the community and beyond. So yeah, but this building is just beautiful in its own majesties. When I was looking for a venue, my prayer was, okay, God, I want a standalone building because there's a difference between a venue, a hall, and a VFW. So,
Right.
there's instances, a hall is more so like a space that's within a strip mall, sort of like in those next to the retailers or something like that. A venue is a standalone building by itself. And then you have, of course,
Hmm.
our veteran foreign W for that, and that's for the men and women that come and they congregate. So you can use those spaces as well. But when you come into a venue, you're getting top quality white glove service from the time you walk in. So that's one thing that we pride
Yes.
ourselves in, and we stress it a little bit, like we are a venue, we are of excellence, and you will get the quality that you deserve. But I'm just so blessed that, a woman or built this building and now a woman now occupies it again. So it's March, it's Women's History Month. Like,
Yes, it is.
let's get it, let's go.
Yes. This is why this is such perfect timing to have you on the podcast
Hmm.
to share
Yay.
about this. Yes. So here's another question I have.
Yes.
In an industry that's constantly evolving with trends and client expectations, how do you stay creative while still delivering this seamless, detail-driven experience? And you kind of mentioned it previously, but I know there's more in you to come out. I know
Oh
it.
yes, there's a lot more in the belly.
Yes, I know.
Um, so I always say, like, trends is a trend. They come and they go. Every
Hmm.
year they have like the wedding color of the year. They'll single
Yes,
out, this is the color of the year, and everyone jumps on it. And for me, it's like I love trends, but it's the heart of staying with the originality of the piece and then
right.
including the trend on top of that. So it's a beautiful collaboration. piece because
Mm-hmm.
I always, people come with their Pinterest inspired pictures and they want it to look like a wedding in Italy on Lake Como and
Mm-hmm.
have it right here. And of course, yes, you could definitely do that with us, but I always want to make sure to bring my clients, okay, reality
Yes.
for what is needed and then of course the price point for what is needed and because I said great that was someone else's wedding or birthday event or a gala, let's make it yours.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make you the new trend. Because you never know what,
Right.
what could go
Exactly.
viral.
Personalize it.
Yes, yes. So I'm like, okay. So I love the good trends. And like I said, I'm, constantly shifting and pivoting and seeing what's out there, keeping myself abreast, taking any courses or creative courses in drapery just so I can keep my senses about me and make sure that I'm doing what is needed for the next host client. And it's good because creativity is something that will never dull away.
Yes.
Creativity,
That's right.
again, is something that you have in your heart. I feel like everyone is a creative person in their own way. I'm creative when it comes to planning and design and coordinating, a beautiful event for someone. And now
Mm-hmm.
having a space to do that, you can. We just had a mix and mingle for women in business, and it was just an amazing time, and everyone was just giddy and excited and vulnerable. And they
Yeah.
were like, yes, we need these spaces because there's not a lot of spaces for women to gather and collaborate and network.
Correct.
And it's like, no, you have to continue to feed your creativity, wherever that looks like for you. If you pray, if you journal, if you go to the beach and just sit and listen to the waters and just allow it to flow. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like during, the pandemic, it was extremely horrible. But then a lot of women businesses they just sprouted out the grass. They just grew. It was like a fire
Mm-hmm.
was reignited in women that was like, okay, I need to get my joy back. Or mothers that are
Yes.
like, okay, kids are all grown or half grown. I'm gonna focus on mama. Like I'm gonna do what
Yes.
I want to do because a lot of time as women we wear a lot of hats.
Oh,
Your mom,
yes.
wife, sister,
Yeah.
auntie, go getter. And you're like,
Exactly.
whew, I just need to be me. I need to get back to me and happiness. And that's where my faith keeps me grounded, even in high stress situations. I'm like, okay, God, one, two, three, four, five.
Oh, me too. I can't do anything without the Lord.
Yes, I can. I'm like,
Cannot.
I tell people all the time, I say, I know God's head is on a swivel with me because I'm like, I'm ping ponging everywhere. And I'm just like, okay, God, this is my next dream. Let's get it going. Let's manifest. And I always tell people like I serve a big G, a big O, and a big D.
Yes,
A
me
big
too.
God. Like
Big God.
I just
He's not
can't do
mediocre
yeah, he's not mediocre at all. And it's like
at all.
you can't have one without the other.
That's
If you
right.
know what a mustard seed looks like, it's extremely tiny.
Exactly. You
Extremely
could
tiny.
lose it if you're not holding it carefully.
Ah, yes, yes. And I look at one, I have a few in the jar, and I'm just like, God just said, just give me that much, and I can work with it. And I had a friend of mine, because we're coming on our 1 year, March 28th, and she said, Camille, she's like, you gotta take a pause and step back and just realize, wow, okay, you're living in an answered prayer. And you're feeling like, okay, what's next? Because now you didn't raise the bar. So now you're like,
Yes.
okay, what can I do now? What can I? And it's always good to reflect. It's hard because you're in the thick of it. Like my mom says, you're in the growing stage. So I wear many hats: owner, marketer, manager. Like I think, like I'm doing it all with the support of my lovely husband, Ron. So it's just like
Hmm.
it's just amazing. And I just want
Yes.
women to know that trusting yourself. We have this intuition. Tap into
Yes.
your creativity. Don't let it falter. If you're worrying about when should I start, start. Because there's no
That's right.
manual.
That's when to start. That's right.
There's no manual. Just start. I literally popped up and I said, okay, I want to own a venue now because I was tired of going here, other places, and but people have different rules for their venues, and it was hard for my
Oh, yes.
clients that they couldn't be creative. And I couldn't be creative. It was haltered. And I said, okay, I said, God, this is the space that I want. And when people come in, I want them to feel blessed as well because people are coming in for happy occasions and sometimes, non-joyous, which like a memorial because we do celebration of lives and repasses and stuff like that. So I always, pray over my space that who comes in, they feel the warmth of God. They're like, I don't know what this is. I'm like, it's God kissing you. Don't worry.
Yes, exactly. Receive it.
Yes, receive all of it.
Yes, receive it.
Yes.
That is awesome. And I'm so happy that you brought up and interjected the presence of God
Mhm.
in all that you do. That's how I live myself. Otherwise, I wouldn't be living.
Okay.
Yes,
The
I
young
have
kids
to
say,
say it
clock
that
it.
way. Exactly. So here's my last
Yeah.
question for our time together. And I ask each guest that I have this.
Okay.
As someone who pours so much into creating meaningful moments for others, what do you personally do to rest, recharge, and care for yourself? Just one
Mm,
thing.
just one thing.
Yes, just one thing.
And that should be like the most easiest question, right?
But really,
What do you
sometimes
do for yourself?
because we pour and pour and pour and
Yeah.
pour,
Yeah.
and then we can't wait until we're ready to collapse to
Hmm.
get poured into.
Exactly. So we have
So
to.
this is why I ask to be conscious and take your time
Mm.
to respond. But
Yeah.
it has you to thinking, what do I do for myself? And some people can rattle it right off, and others like, ah.
Yeah. I'm with the others looking up like, look up to the hills and come at my help.
Exactly.
Um, I think that the the one word I can do is I do try to rest. I do try to make like Mondays my rest day, Monday, Tuesday, and just
Hmm.
do minimum work as much as possible. Because I'm just like I'm a go-getter, like I'm fiery, like I want to get it done, and then I can know it's when I know it's fully done, then I'm like, okay, I can rest. And
Yes.
and rest for me looks like, staying in my bed and
Yes.
and
See.
and binge watching TV and phone on D&D to a certain time of the day
Hmm.
and just or going outside and playing, just being around with my puppies and just remembering, I think constantly reflecting and remembering my why, because in this business you definitely doubt yourself. Like I said,
Hmm.
I'm a faith-driven entrepreneur. I'm a God-loving, God-fearing woman. But there's time it's like 30 seconds. I'm like, did I do the right thing? Like,
Yes. Oh,
what's
yes.
happening? The winter time, bookings, we're still new, so bookings are coming in as they're coming in, and it's like, you start to think, okay, did I make a right decision? Did I do things right? Did I say this right? Did I respond right? Did someone understand what I meant, what I'm trying to convey when they walk into their space, that they're getting an experience, they're getting a moment that they know that they can latch on forever. So a lot of reflection and rest helps me
Yes.
helps me not to be stressed. And then come Wednesday, it's back on the pedal.
Yes. I understand that completely.
Because it's
Camille,
so
this
fun.
was an awesome time with you. And I want to give you this opportunity to share with all those who will see this podcast
Mhm.
what you would encourage them to be, where you're located, and how to reach out to you.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Grand Chateau Owl Wedding and Event Venue, we are located at 4 Mansfield Ave in Norton, Massachusetts. Um, what I would say to the next rising entrepreneur or the businesswoman that is there is to give yourself grace and to give
Yes.
yourself mercy and just allow yourself to, again, going back to what you said, rest and
Yeah.
reflect and know that you can't do everything in one day.
You're right.
Entrepreneurship is a journey. It's not a blink of an eye, it's a journey. And to ask God for clarity as you get into the entrepreneur space, to send in the right people to be a part of your circle because it can be a lonely walk, but just to
Yes.
order your steps in your path, just give yourself grace, grace and just mercy. Love on yourself, take care of yourself. Just find little moments of happiness in between what you're doing. But you can also follow us on all of our social medias. We're on Instagram, THE_Grand Chateau Owl, Facebook, the Grand Chateau Owl. We're even on TikTok. I'm not TikToking though.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
TikTok, T_GCO, and then you can find me on LinkedIn at Camielle Smalls as well. So this was amazing, Patricia.
Yes.
Like, thank you so much for reaching out and inviting me on. And I appreciate the hard work that you're doing. A life worth living is a testament to the work.
Amen.
So God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I say God bless you too. Um, I speak abundance over you and your husband, your family, and your ministry, because that is a ministry, that you're doing, right?
Mm, mm.
That is a ministry, all in your planning and in
Yeah.
your venue. You could
Mm.
feel it. You feel the warmth.
Yeah.
So I have
And
to say that to you.
thank you, because that's what I, always say. Like, God, you gave me this space, but you never know who in that moment is going to need a hug or encouraging
Exactly.
word. And because you took that minute,
Yes.
to engulf them, it's like, okay. So, and that's what I want my space to be. I want you to feel just amazing in the space. Feel comfortable. Take your shoes off, take your jacket, take your
Yes.
extensions off. I had somebody do that before in the video and have a good time.
Right. So thank you again for
Yes.
being my guest on today. And I thank everyone who
Yeah.
will be watching this podcast.
Thank you,
It
guys.
will go up on YouTube and then I'll put it on social media so all to see. I will share it with you as well, Camille. And I pray everyone has a wonderful afternoon. And God
Yes.
bless.
God bless.